What is up, LampFam? It's Luke's Lamp back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about my predictions for the Switch 2. Alright, so recently, if you're a Nintendo fan and you haven't been living under a rock, then you know that the Switch 2 hype is out of this world. The Switch 2 just got leaked today, Wednesday, September 18th. I knew it, I called it, I knew something was gonna happen on the 18th. Here we are. Apparently someone from a manufacturing company in China leaked some parts of the Switch 2, real pictures, and then 3D models of like what it looks like. So we have a bunch of information to go over. I'm gonna talk about what I think is gonna be on the Switch 2, and we're gonna talk about the stuff that we already know is confirmed from these leaks. All right, so to start us off, I think straight up, the Switch 2 is going to be named the Switch 2. They really can't do anything else, I don't think. Like, they could maybe do like the Switch, the Super Switch or something like that, or they could do the Switch Attach, but I feel like that would just be kind of misleading and it wouldn't attract as many buyers as a Switch 2 would. So I think Switch 2 is the best name they can have. It just gets straight to the point and it just kind of lets you know that this is the next generation of this console. That was one of the main leaks that people were talking about, but there's another one, and that's the magnetic Joy-Cons. They're gonna be magnetic and they're gonna just like attach to the tablet apparently. So I think that's gonna happen. There's like, in this picture I'm showing on screen right now, it's the 3D model of it, and it has like this little button like on the side next to the ZL and ZR buttons. I think that's like the new lock button, like, you know, that little circle button on the normal Switch. I feel like that is this like Switch 2's version of that, but instead of sliding the Joy-Cons on, you'll like just attach it on there and you press that button to lock it, and it'll use like magnets and then like these things in place to just hold it there. So like it would be really cool, like if you just want to take the Joy-Cons off, you just press those buttons, just pull them off. If you want to put them on, just slap them on and it'll just connect magnetically. That's one of the coolest features of this, if that is true, and I really hope it is, because there's no spot on this 3D model to like slide it on. You just have to like insert it. Another thing revealed from this like 3D model is that the screen is massive. Like, this thing is bigger than the OLED, which there's a little comparison thing right here. If you look at the OLED, it's 6.7 inches, and this new Switch 2 is 8 inches, and it's freaking big. It has smaller bezels, and while it doesn't have an OLED screen, it does have an LCD screen, but I think that this will also have 1080p support for the tablet, because the Switch has 720p, and if we're gonna move up, we need to go 1080p. I think it's a must-have, and I think Nintendo is ready to get into like full HD. And if we're talking resolution, I think for docked mode, this thing might have like a AI enhanced like 4K mode, but I wouldn't be so sure about like a full 4K support kind of thing. I think it has to be like some kind of AI upscaling or like some NVIDIA card. But regardless, I am predicting that we will have a higher resolution, one being 1080p with the tablet, 4K for the TV maybe. If not, it's just gonna look really good on both. The next prediction I have is that this console is going to be black on black. It'll just be like a really nice, sleek, kind of like the Pro Controller, like just straight up black. This would look really good with colored buttons, which is also another prediction I have. In some recent Nintendo games, they've had the A button be red and the B button like green, I think. And so like all of these games, like they're using the same colors for the same buttons. So I think they were trying to prepare for like a Switch 2 type thing. So if that's true, like a black with like a blue, red, yellow, and green, like all together, that would be really slick. Also, in this picture, you can see that the leaks at the factory, they are black parts and they are black like controller parts. So I think it's like straight up obvious, unless they're gonna do some like spray painting and they're gonna put some kind of coating on top and this is just like a shell. But that looks like a pretty nice black, so I wouldn't be mad if it was just black. If you look a little closer at the controller layout and some of the features of the console itself, you can see there's a little extra button on the right Joy-Con under the home button. And I don't know what that is, but my prediction is that it might be like a new mic mute button like the PS5 has with that little orange bar under the PlayStation button. My reasoning for this is that apparently one of the leaks is that there is now like a mic on the Switch itself, and I don't know why there wouldn't be that if there wasn't going to be some kind of new Switch Online like feature where you don't have to use the app anymore. You can just talk to your friends like over the Switch Online on your console. If that is the case, this button would be perfect for muting and unmuting when you're just talking and you don't want to talk. If Nintendo is going this route with the online features, I am so ready because it has been a while and I need Nintendo to get some online features to where you can just have voice chat normally. But with new Switch Online features and voice chat systems, there has to be some games that we can kind of test it out with. So some games that I'm predicting that will be at launch, I think Metroid Prime 4 is a must-have. It's already been announced and it says it's coming out in 2025. So if the Switch 2 comes out in 2025, which I'll get to in a second, that is a launch game, period. It looked really good in the trailer, and I don't think they were using Switch 2 video, but I think it looked so good that if they show a Switch 2 version of that trailer, then it would look insane, and it would look like 4K, like 60 frames per second, maybe 120 if that's supported. But that's gotta be a must-have, Metroid Prime 4 on launch day of the Switch 2. Also, we have not had a 3D Mario in 7 years. It was October of 2017 when Super Mario Odyssey came out. We have to get something new for Mario. So I think a new 3D Mario will come out at launch of the Switch 2. And if Nintendo is bold enough to do it, I think there could be a new Mario Kart game. Like Mario Kart X would be a great title because I count Mario Kart Tour as Mario Kart 9, so Mario Kart X being like the new big Switch 2 game, I feel like that would attract a lot of people because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe being a Wii U port with extra DLC and stuff, blowing up and being Nintendo's highest selling game of all time next to Wii Sports, Mario Kart X would definitely go big. But we have to take all of this with a grain of salt because at the end of the day, these are all leaks. And while I really hope for these and I really think these would make the Switch 2 experience amazing, we have to remember that Nintendo is doing their own thing and they are going to include things that make this console special. So regardless of whether my predictions come true or not, I think Nintendo is doing some great things and I'm super excited to see a trailer for this thing. And I predict that the trailer will definitely come out this month, which is September. If you're watching this video after September and the trailer is not out, I'm sorry, but I think this hype is just too much right now. I think a Nintendo Switch like presentation or like some kind of new trailer with an announcement happening very soon, maybe at Tokyo Game Show, I feel like it's got to be really soon because the hype is through the roof and everybody's talking about it. It's literally trending on Twitter right now. We have to get this reveal so people stop leaking stuff. Hey, but I'm just excited to see some Switch 2 information. Like, it has been a while since we've had some hype like this, and I am super excited to see what is in store. So what I think Nintendo's gonna do, I think it'll be announced this month, and I think it might come out in like April 2025, that kind of area, because the fiscal year ends in March 31st, and Nintendo said they would reveal the console before then. So if they announce it right now, they have 6 months to prepare for the launch. Because if they were to announce it and then wait an entire year to launch it, I feel like the hype would kind of drain down and people would kind of just be on their toes all the time. They got to get this thing out. If manufacturing has already started, that means they're in the process of getting this thing out and getting information about it. They even had a meeting with like some indie game developers at Nintendo of America on Monday, September 16th. So I think that's saying a lot about how close we are to an actual launch and reveal of the Switch 2. But yeah, it is good to be a Nintendo fan these days. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like and share this video with your friends. If you did like this content, there will be more on this channel very soon. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more. So with that, I'm flipping the Switch until next time. Peace out, LampFam.